All right, today we're going to dive into Black Friday for gyms in 2025. This exact playbook, everything that I'm going to cover today in this video has been used year over year to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars for training, micro gyms, boutique gyms, personal training studios. In fact, this playbook, one of my good friends and a client of ours used to generate $1 million for 5 locations in the month of November. Most people wait until the very end to try and put something together and take advantage of Black Friday. But if you follow exactly what I'm going to lay out here, you're going to be able to capture everybody who are right now primed to spend money. Now, something that's really important as we go through this is you have to understand that during the season, people are looking for deals. So give the people what they want. I'm going to repeat that. They're looking for deals, so give the people what they want. It's not about you. Like, yeah, you're going to benefit big time if you make sure you understand that cardinal rule for marketing during Black Friday. Now, this is going to be important for you because your market wants to spend money. So give them an opportunity to do so at your business. The promotions I'm putting together are not just for prospective new clients, but also current clients. So that being said, understanding that the most people who buy right now are current or former members that are going to take you up on your Black Friday deals, we want to make sure that we also hit your list with no sales, no shows, former clients, as well as leads. And if you don't have that segmented, awesome. That's going to be one of your to-dos at the end of this video, is to go ahead and get it segmented. But if you can't, or if you don't, it's also not even needed. Now, a mistake that most gym owners make right now is they try and do too many things. They try and have too many options for Black Friday, throwing all sorts of promotions, with the majority of them being crap. But what it actually does is it confuses the buyer. And confused prospects do not buy. So a just good marketing and business kind of rule to have is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. This entire playbook has been proven time and time again, and it's not complicated. It's not going to be having to do anything super duper fancy or anything of that nature. In fact, this is probably going to be the simplest plug and play money printer that you've ever encountered when it's done right. So I want to cover going into the actual promotional flow. I want to cover the promotions. And then if you want, I'll give you access to all of the resources, all the collateral, so you can go ahead and plug and play that. And I'll tell you exactly how to get your hands on that. Now, when we dive into this, the flow is, you have to understand it's not enough just to mention your specials. You need to promote. And you need to promote hard. So sell your fucking heart out. I repeat, sell your fucking heart out. This is a season right now where people are looking to spend money. You have an excuse, especially if this makes you uncomfortable, to normally sell. You now have an excuse to go all out. And you don't have to worry about any of the repercussions except for your bank account stacking. Now, when we actually go to promote, there's going to be multiple channels you're going to be putting this on. In fact, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different channels that you are going to be promoting on a daily basis. We're going to have email, SMS, groups, social platforms, as well as in person. Now, something you probably noticed is I did not mention ads. I do not run ads for Black Friday for gyms. My ads, they stay the same as what I'm currently running or what I'm normally doing. I don't introduce Black Friday specials and put any sort of paid traffic behind them. I don't have to. There's no need. And if I also understand who's actually buying, that's why we talked about this in the beginning. If I know that current members and former members and my list are the ones who are going to be buying because they're looking for a deal right now, then there's no reason for me to put ad spend behind it. And when I've talked about earlier how this has produced hundreds of thousands for my gyms, that was all done without ad spend. You're still going to sign up new people, so keep them on your current offers that you're running on the front end. And as we go through into the actual flow, and I'm going to talk about the actual promotions first, but first I'm going to talk, or in a second, but first I want to talk about the flow, is you're going to be emailing both. There's going to be a section of this. Actually, let me take a step back. I should say during this actual promotion, the promotion period is on a minimum 1 week. So like when you do this, I'm not talking that you need to market all of November. This is just frankly, if you just marketed this during Black Friday week, you'll be absolutely fine. I like to throw a little bit before, so just a little kind of a teaser the week before I go hard to promote. But during the promotion phase, I'm going to be promoting at least 5 days and going hard every single day during that 5-day cycle. Then I can throw in my pre-phase. This is kind of where I start getting people to start paying attention and start anticipating that I have specials coming out. So they'll be primed to buy because again, they're looking for it. They're wondering when are the deals coming out, anything of that nature. So each channel will have a pre-phase and a during phase. The pre-phase, if you skip it, you'll probably be absolutely fine. But it's really simple, so I don't know why you would want to. So for email and text message and groups, there's just a little bit of sequence. So the pre-phase is usually 1 or 2 messages that are teasing out and getting people primed, just like, hey, getting to get on your radar that you have an offer coming out, that you have promotions coming out, and they should be paying attention. During the promotion, like email, you're gonna email every single day during the week of promotion for Black Friday. And then on the last day, because if you know anything about buyer psychology, when you make a promotion, it's usually like day 1 and then it's the last day. People wait to the very, very end to do anything. You're going to hit them with 1 to 3 emails just on the last day. Minimum would be, I would say 3. SMS, usually I don't send as many text messages during promotion. It's a little bit more, I have less room to really bombard somebody. So I usually will send out 1 tease message via text message prior to me going in. And then I usually just send a text message on the launch day of the promotion, as well as 1, maybe 2 text messages on the final day. Then inside of my gyms, and I recommend if you don't have this, it might be, you can still get it started now, but this is something you should add. But I use a lot of groups. Honestly, I just use Facebook groups for my gym. There's other group platforms you can do, but your clients are already on Facebook. And you might say, oh, they're not on Facebook. They're on Facebook. So I just create a Facebook group because I don't want to have to create a new behavior for the prospect. I want them to already be there. They're already scrolling. They'll see my stuff popping up. And groups made me a lot of money in my gyms. So same thing. I'm going to send about 1 to 2 tease messages in the week leading up to my hard promotion just to get them paying attention. And then during the launch phase, I'm going to be posting every single day in those groups. Honestly, you could be posting like twice a day in those groups, morning and night. In the last day, you could post 3, 5 times and just really, really go hard. Again, you can go super fucking hard during the promotional period because you're giving them an absolutely great deal. When we get into the promotions, it's going to be a no-brainer. In fact, you may not even actually go the whole duration of this because you may actually sell out prior. Then social. There's really 2 parts to your social. You have your stories and you have your feeds. During your story, on your social, on your stories and your feeds, I would be putting something out in the tease phase, 1 to 2, stories, 1 to 2 feed posts, just to like get them, anticipating like anything else. And then during the launch phase, every single day, I'm going hard on my stories, 1 to 3 stories about my promotion. I am just selling. You can mix in your normal stuff in your stories, but I'm selling every single day because I want them taking action. Same thing on my feeds. I am going to be posting on my feeds every single day, maybe twice a day, and on the last day, 3 times that day. You can always go back if you want to clean up your feeds. You can always delete all that stuff out of your feed after the promotion. That's totally fine. But during the feed, again, I just want to be promoting as hard as possible. And then in person, this is a wildly missed opportunity for so many gyms, but every single class during the promotion, I'm going to be promoting the Black Friday promotions that we have, the specials that we have. Then prior to it, same thing. I'm going to let my people know the week prior that we have specials coming out. We have promotions coming out. But that's actually during it. That's all this is. This is a 1 to 2 week, think about it as a launch for my promotion. And it will be probably one of the most revenue generating or profitable weeks of the entire year for your business when it's done properly. Now, before I get into this, I'm just going to repeat, I don't run ads for Black Friday. I never have. I still never will. Not for gyms. It's just absolutely not needed. I will still continue to run ads, but I'm not switching up my offer for a Black Friday offer. Now, let's get into the actual promotions that I like to run. Usually the best promotions during this time are paid in full plays, gift cards, and then like some sort of supplement or retail sale. And if you've heard anything of my stuff before, I actually don't like paid in fulls and I don't like discounting, and I'll never do a gift card either. So now is a chance to break the mold. This has a couple things. I'm going to do this for a couple reasons. One, if I don't ever run paid in full plays, if I don't ever run discounts on my supplements or anything like that, your clients are going to know. Your list is going to know, and they're going to, oh shit, I got to take action because I haven't seen this ever before. And I don't know if it's coming back. And when we get into a little bit in a second, when we have scarcity and urgency, like it's going to force them to take action. But if you're doing something that you don't normally ever do, they're going to see the opportunity that they have in front of them and they're going to want to take action. Now, you could, if you wanted to, you could add some savings to your front end offer. I wouldn't necessarily run that in my ads, but you could if you really wanted to run some savings, a percentage off or discount on your front end offer. But honestly, better than that, I would just add some free additional bonuses to get them to take action. Just remember that people are searching and wanting deals. They are conditioned to spend money right now. I want their pocketbook going into my bank account. So give the people what they want. Don't make it hard for them. Everything, though, should be capped at what you're doing, because paid in fulls, if you have 100 clients and it's an absolutely killer deal, then yeah, they're going to be like, holy shit, I got to take action on this. I see the deal that I have in front of me. So don't make it so that you absolutely destroy your recurring revenue. And I should put a caveat, like I don't ever have a concern when I'm doing this kind of promotion during Black Friday that it's going to destroy my recurring revenue. Because let's say I sell 10, 15, or 20 of them, depending on my membership base, I know that I can easily replace that either this month with new people, next month with new people. So I'll just go ahead and fill it. And then if I just run this play every year, I'm just getting a huge cash injection every year at this time. So make sure you do that, but 100%, make sure you have a limited buying window. So the reason that we do a hard promotion for a week is so there's a start and an end date so they take action. Here's this killer freaking deal. You don't have forever to think about it. I'm also making these like paid in full plays, which is discounting. And usually like I make it a really, really no brainer on the paid in full to get the cash. I don't want them to think about it. This is like the only time that I'm ever using cash or money or a discount or some sort of like financial special. I'm using that to do all the heavy legwork. And I'm going to show you in a little bit exactly how simple like the creative went with these promotions that actually get it going, because the offer in and of itself is doing all the lifting for you. I want them to take action. Then when I cap it, I'm going to be able to get this going super, super quickly. Now, another promotion you may want to, and I'll show you an example of this, but if you have like a higher end facility or your gym's been around for a while, or you're really, really even confident that you can deliver some like super high end experiences and you want to try something new, I'll show you a really, really high end promotion that you can launch during this time period that you'll get a small percentage of your audience, of your members or your list to capture on, but it can absolutely crush. But here, let me dive into these actual specials. So you can do early Black Friday, by the way. I'm the only time I'm really talking about this here, but you can do this in a couple different ways. If you've run Black Friday specials in the past, let's say you've done a paid in full, prior to you actually going to launch it, if you want to capture some new people onto it, just go to the people who've already purchased last year and let them have the deal first. And maybe you've increased the price for what your paid in full is this year. And maybe you're just like, hey, if we're doing paid in fulls, it's not going to be as big of a special as last time. Excuse me. And if you want to take advantage of last year, let's say last year, just for simple numbers, you're like, it was $9.97 for the year paid in full. And this year it's going to be $11.97. So it's like, hey, if you want to still get last year's special, like take action over the next 24 hours, over the next 48 hours. I'm coming to you with early Black Friday special. Then you can capture a little bit of them that are going to do it. And if your product is any good, you'll get these people just repeating every single year. So offer them the first. Or if you want, you can also just be like, hey, I know you've done it in the past. It's going to be here. If you want to renew, you give them a little bit extra special, throw in a little bonus or something like that. Because normally when I get into my Black Friday plays, the standard that I would just do all the time and just proven over and over at all of my gyms, all of our client gyms that just work, is I do a paid in full special, I do a gift card special, and I do a retail savings special. The paid in full, frankly, if you do like a semi-private or small group, you can do a 6-month option or like a 12-month option. Let's say like the 6-month option is like, hey, it's just 6 months for 2,500 or 12 months for $5,000. If your pricing is obviously a little bit different, just go ahead and adjust. Usually what it looks like is like if somebody's buying 6 months, they're getting 1 or 2 months free. If they're buying 12 months, they're getting like 3 or 4 months free. So just adjust it, there. So we want them to be like, holy shit, I'm getting a killer deal. By the way, I'm just going to throw this out there now. If somebody buys a paid in full or does anything like this, like they can't pause it. They're getting a discount. So like, don't pause, don't extend any of that stuff. Just a little heads up. And then large group, you just got to understand, like, I am going to be sacrificing some recurring revenue for cash now. I don't mind because getting new clients is super simple for us. And if that's something that you need help with, just comment below or whatever, and we can help you with that. Generally speaking, I'm going to be pulling some money forward. So my pricing is usually around $9.97 to $14.97 or $9.99 to $14.99 or something like that because I want it to be a no-brainer. If it's under $1,000, one, it's like I sell 10, 20, that's a quick 10, 20 grand at like $1,000, $9.99, $9.97. It's a no-brainer for them. They're going to see that and they're going to be like, holy shit, especially if your pricing is like $150, $200 a month. You can also do anywhere between there and like $14.97, and they're still going to see it's an absolutely great deal. And you're really not going to get any sort of price resistance from that range. But one thing is I am going to say is I'm going to want to cap these. Generally, if I'm doing large group, I'm doing the paid in fulls at like $9.97 to $14.97. I'm only going to do 10 to 20, depending on how many clients I have. With the small group or semi-private, I'm probably only going to cap at like 5 or I'm probably going to do like 5 or 10, especially if the price tag's higher, all of that. Now, this is money that I'm pulling forward. Don't just go ahead and like blow it on partying at the end of the year or anything like that. So just be mindful of what you actually do with the cash that you're going to be getting, because this will be the easiest sale that you ever do in your entire life, especially if your product is good. Little side note, if you struggle to sell paid in fulls to your existing clients, that is a really good lead indicator that your product isn't that good, or like the deal is just not that great. But if I have clients that have been with me and I'm like, hey, get 12 months for the price of 9, for the price of 7, price of 6, and they're not jumping at that I got to turn people away, that is a really, really good lead indicator that my product sucks. So I'm going to want to go and look at that. I'm going to take a look at the service. I'm going to take a look at the experience and make sure that I'm delivering something that is absolutely excellent that people cannot get enough of. Anyway, side note. But I am going to cap these paid in fulls because since it is such a good deal, like you can absolutely gobble up your recurring revenue. And if you'd like to know, just ask me how, because I have 2 locations that definitely gobbled up their paid in full. This other one is a gift card, and I just kind of throw this in there. It's almost to a degree a loss leader. Like I want my current clients to buy like a gift card, and it might be like 30 days for $25 or $50 or 14 days, just something like that, where it's a deal where I'm just envisioning them buying it, throwing it in stocking stuffers, giving it out to friends and stuff like that, so that somebody can come experience, and then boom, I'm able to get an opportunity to sell them either into my front end offer or into a membership or anything like that. And yeah, maybe I might have somebody that's a lead, somebody on my list, go ahead and buy this, and then I can wow them with an amazing experience and convert them. So I do 100% throw them in there. And then I sold supplements at my gyms. So if you don't have supplements or you have retail or anything like that, this is a great thing, is just give them percentage off, like 20% off on supplements, and they'll load up on supplements as well. This is what I did. And I would usually sometimes maybe throw 1 or 2 in there at a test, but I really try not to have more than really 3, maybe 4 offers. You can probably get away with 5. I haven't done that much. I just like it super simple. I know that the paid in full is going to do the legwork for me. If I throw some gift cards, awesome. I'm going to get some retail savings. I'm going to sell some supplements. Fantastic. I got the margin on it. So that's great. But this is what's going to drive it. Again, I'm just getting people to buy right now during this week. Now, if you wanted to, if you're like, I don't want to do any sort of paid in fulls or anything like that, great. Put together like a challenger offer stack that they're going to get excited to buy. And you can make a brand new challenger, brand new offer so that your current clients are also going to want to buy this and not just think about new people. So how you can do this with a challenger offer stack is you can make your flagship offer something absolutely irresistible. So number one, you can just discount it, save 25, 50%. That's going to totally work. Probably my least favorite, but you could 100% do that. And that'll be a no-brainer. Or you could do the value stack. So instead of discounting, add additional like 5 to 10 things into it that they're getting 100% free. So it's just bonus. Hey, when you enroll in whatever my front end offer is, the 6-week, 8-week, 12-week, whatever the hell it is, then you're also going to be getting this, all valued at this. And it really does help, especially if you've sold these other things. So I just gave you some just some ideas, like a food list or a grocery tour or a free functional movement screen or what I call structural balance assessment. And those things, like, you could be really 97 to 297 on there. If you do, let's say you have a large group, but you also have small group or semi-private, and I generally don't like doing this, but you can then throw them in a couple free sessions for, the semi-private or small group training or whatever. Because then it gives also an opportunity to upsell them into a higher tier program. You can include supplements in it. It's like, hey, when you sign up, you include 197 worth of supplements when they enroll. So you eat a little bit of the supplement cost, but you still have plenty of margin on that. Or you can add like an additional bonus, like win a trip that's valued at $500 or get a trip. There's some things you can do in there where it's like, I'm throwing in for everybody that enrolls during this week, you get a free vacation. You can do stuff like that. So that's how you can like just offer stack or improve like your current front end offer or challenge. Or you can create a new one, something like a brand new program and make it extremely discounted and limit it and make it something that they really, really want. So like you could do like a 12-week nutrition coaching program if you just primarily do exercise and stuff like that. And it includes like custom macros where they set and adjust with their check-ins, like weekly check-ins adjustments. You can even have a mini course with curriculum education on top of that, or one time a week group coaching, and you have a kickoff and an end party that goes in there. And you can be like, hey, normally this is $500 a month or $1,500 for 12 weeks, but you're not going to pay that. You're not even going to pay 50% of that. We're cutting this by 65%. It's only $497 and we're limiting it to 20 people. And then boom, I can make a quick 10K off of that. And you can always adjust the pricing and make it more and all that stuff or add additional things in there. But that's a way where you can try something new, like a new offer stack on your existing challenge, or just creating a brand new offer all together for them to take advantage. So that's like the tried and true, like all of those have worked, by the way. And these are just the standard, like if I want to get stuff that's absolutely going to crush and make sure that I have an absolutely killer Black Friday in 2025, this is what I'm going to do. Now, if you've been around a while, you have a great reputation and you want to throw something like super high end on here, here's like a primo Black Friday play that you can try that would absolutely crush. And you can call it something like the Titan package. Now I want to put together something I'm going to be selling for $10,000 to $20,000. And I'm going to make it extremely limited, like 2 to 5 people. Now, inside of this plan, this can be like a 6 to 12 month program. And it can include like normally everything that you do, but then make it super high end, especially if like you're completely removed from the business. This is a nice little touch, but it can be complete program design, a custom program design, complete nutrition, complete mindset. Then also throw in like if you're doing business coaching, throw inside of there, or you're doing some level of leadership coaching or some level of a one-on-one coaching. I absolutely hate one-on-one coaching inside a gym. So like usually that's why I would throw it in there as like some layer on top of it. You can have some layer of like private communication channel, or even throw on top of it like 1 to 4 special like dinners or events, kind of like a mastermind that you can put in here. Another thing you could do is you can be like, hey, we're going to have all of this leading up, and then it ends with like a special retreat, like a weekend retreat. But that would be a primo package. Chances are you have anywhere from 1 to 5 people that would 100% buy this. So if you do that, you can get yourself a quick $50,000 to $100,000, potentially even on top of your regular promotions. And now's a great time to test this. You have to make sure it's not just like the same old shit that you normally do. There has to be some layers on top of it, like let's say the business coaching or the leadership coaching or the one-on-one, hands-on coaching, the private comms channel, or the special dinners, or even special dinners and then like a weekend retreat. All of that stuff has to be in there. So it is truly a primo offer. So with all that said, if you did this and you launched this Black Friday, even if you just did this as a 1-week promotion, because generally speaking, when I go, it's like a 5-day launch sequence for like the actual week of Black Friday. So make sure it's during the Black Friday week. If you do this, you'll easily make probably, I'm not going to make you any sort of promises. You got to follow through it and all those whatever financial caveats and shit like that. But this is something that you can do to add an extra 10, 20, 30, maybe even 50,000 or more into your gym in just 1 week alone. If you really want to make sure that it works really, really well, you can do early Black Friday, you can do the pre-week teaser, then you do the absolute launch week. And if you want, I'm going to go ahead and show you this real quick, but if you want actual this collateral, so you can just like plug and play, just let me know and I'll send you the playbook. But here's like just the emails, the text, and the social posts that you can just go ahead and throw out. And sometimes it's really simple. Like just take a look at this, like early Black Friday specials are live, and then boom. And then it's like Black Friday live. And it's just like, literally, I just ripped this from what I've done out of my gyms, like absolutely nothing fancy, nothing special, just gets their attention. I would throw that in my groups and on my social pages and stuff like that. I would email all the time. And then I would just honestly usually just drop a payment link or something of that nature, have them speak to my team, and we'd be good to go. So if you want access to all those collateral, so you just be plug and play, all you got to do is just comment, or maybe I'll throw a link actually in this in the description or something like that, where you can have it and you can go ahead and get this. But that's it. If you want to have the exact playbook that's helped me generate hundreds of thousands of dollars every single Black Friday in my gym, and what our clients are using to make a quick little extra 10, 20, $50,000 or more during Black Friday, this is it. Love to see how you perform. Comment below when you're done.